Welcome back to Red Brook Farm in Scarborough and redbrookhoney.com, and what we've done is opened up a nuke hive that's been closed for a couple of days. This hive had been visited by the neighbors. All the bees from these other colonies down here, there's 2, 4, 6 other colonies, had been robbing this hive out of the sugar water. I've been feeding it. This hive is in the process of requeening. It's got a 7-day-old larva just about ready to get capped inside, and I've got a sugar feeder on top underneath that upside down nucleus box. There's a sugar feeder on top, and so what we're doing is I've just opened it up. I trapped some of the foraging bees inside for 2 days to get them oriented to this hive, and what they're doing, and the reason I'm taking this video, you can see the fanning activity going on here at the front of the hive. Some of the bees with their abdomens up in the air, and they're fanning scent towards the other bees coming in. And so what they're doing, telling everybody this is the come home site. A whole pile of bees came flying out of here as I did it, and now they're oriented towards this site, which is a good thing. And I'm hoping that they're going to orient to this, go out, do some foraging, and come back and call this home. And it's interesting to see the bees fanning. I see 4 or 5 of them fanning. I'll move in a little bit closer here so that you can see what's going on at the entrance. You'll also see that there are a few of the bees that have passed away. Not because I've been feeding them, and there's plenty of fresh air because there's a full screen bottom board on this colony. What we're doing here is that naturally some bees will die. They only live 40 days in the summertime, and you're going to get some older bees that are going to pass away, and undertaker duty is to drag them out of the colony. And what I'm seeing are bees that are standing on their front legs, they got their abdomens in the air, and they're fanning scent, which is telling everybody, hey, this is home, and that's a good thing. So unfortunately what some of them did was they oriented to the front of it before. They oriented to the top part, and now I'm keeping that closed up so that they will come and use the bottom entrance, and the bees will be able to defend that bottom entrance. So what we'll do here, I'll show you what's on top of the colony. The sugar feeder, what I do here is I've got a couple of bricks on top to keep it from falling apart, keep the wind from blowing it off. But what you see on top is a sugar feeder. It's a 1-quart jar, and you can barely see some holes in the bottom of the 1-quart jar. They're drinking it from the inside. There's a screen underneath. If I was to pick this up here, you'll see that there's a screen underneath, and there's hundreds of bees underneath there drinking that sugar water in the screen. I don't know if you can just barely see them, the light's really bad. There's hundreds of bees in there drinking that sugar water, and so they love it. And what we do with that, the cover on top just protects it so that you don't end up having the foraging bees from other colonies come and get it. So I'll put that cover back on, it hides it, and they don't see that sugar water. You see that's about half full. That was full this morning. It's right about here right now. I'll bet you tonight they actually might drain that whole thing tonight. You can see the bubbles coming up every now and then in the jar. It's them drinking from the bottom. Vacuum keeps this from just draining into the hive. There's a vacuum that's created when you turn it upside down. It keeps it from draining into the hive. So another installment from Red Brook Farm in Scarborough, Maine. redbrookhoney.com. July 13th, 2009.